Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we plant the seeds for Dusty Miller. So let's go. Dusty Miller has found its place in my garden. I really love that plant. I love it for the nice silvery gray foliage that's on the plant. And even though there are a few different varieties of Dusty Miller out there, the one that I've been growing in my yard during the last many years is called Silver Dust. It's an annual here where I live, but it is considered a tender perennial in certain areas, zones 8 through 10. However, we've had some mild winters lately, and if the winters are mild enough and if the Dusty Miller is a bit protected, we've had it over winter even here in Zone 5B in New Hampshire, which is definitely a treat. For the last many years, I've been starting the Dusty Miller plant from seeds that I bought from the store. I typically buy my Dusty Miller seeds from a store local to me. However, I do know there are a lot of online stores that also sell the seeds for Dusty Miller plants. Did you know that Dusty Miller plants do produce a blossom? Well, they do, but not during the first year of their growth. They produce the blossom on the second year plants. And I had a few Dusty Miller plants that did overwinter, and they produced yellow flowers last year. Typically, you don't grow Dusty Miller for the blossoms. A lot of people like to cut the blossoms off. However, I made sure not to cut the blossoms off because I really wanted to collect the seeds from that plant. And last fall, I made a video showing you my process for collecting the seeds off of a Dusty Miller plant. I'll be sure to make a link to that video down in the description below. And I'm very excited because I collected a ton of seeds, more than we're going to be sowing today. And that's what's in both of these packets here. What I like about Dusty Miller is it doesn't get terribly tall. It gets to be about 6 to 8 inches in height. And if you want to control the height and make it a bushier plant, you can definitely cut it back a little bit. And there are a lot of great uses for the Dusty Miller plant. It's an excellent bedding plant. It's great in a mixed container with a lot of other flowers. And also it can be used as a filler in a cut flower arrangement. And a lot of cut flower farmers actually grow Dusty Miller for that purpose. And also you can dry the flowers and it looks really pretty in a dried flower arrangement. Dusty Miller does well in full sun, and I've seen it sold here when it's early springtime and it's cool out. I've seen it sold during the cool weather. That tells me that you can grow Dusty Miller and it will thrive during the cool months as well as in the heat of the summer. Dusty Miller is deer resistant, which is really nice because I do have a lot of deer here where I live. Now you want to sow your seeds about 8 to 10 weeks before your last average frost date. My last average frost date, based on my zip code, is May 15th. And today is March 3rd. So now is a perfect time for me to be sowing these seeds. And when it comes to the seeds, you don't want to press the seeds deep into the soil because the Dusty Miller seeds need light to germinate. So you just barely are pressing the seeds in the top part of the soil. If you want to, you can cover the seeds with a light layer of vermiculite, and the vermiculite will still allow some light to come through to the seeds. However, I've never put vermiculite on my seeds when I've sown them, and my seeds have germinated just fine for this plant. It takes about 1 to 3 weeks for the seeds to germinate. And since these seeds need a soil temperature of about 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit for the seeds to germinate, I will be putting these on a heat mat. However, in previous years, I never put them on a heat mat and they germinated fine, but I will be using the heat mat this year since I already have it handy. So now I'm going to take you in for a closer look, and we're going to go ahead and sow the Dusty Miller seeds together. Under this plate is my seed starting mix. I like to make my own seed starting mix, and it's 2 parts of peat moss to 1 part of vermiculite. However, if you don't want to use peat moss, you can use coco coir. And if you don't want to make your own seed starting mix, you can definitely buy your own seed starting mix, or you can also use a potting mix. But it's my preference to start off with a seed starting mix that I've made. And it's nice and fluffy and light, which is perfect for the seeds to germinate. I have already pre-moistened the seed starting mix, and I put boiling hot water in here because I like to kill off any fungus gnat eggs that might have been in the peat moss. Adding the boiling hot water is optional, but you do want to start with a pre-moistened seed starting or potting mix. And when you squeeze it, you want to make sure that it doesn't have too much water. Notice that there's no water dripping out of here. However, when I let go, you can see that the seed starting mix is holding its form, which means it's a perfect moisture amount that's in this seed starting mix. I like to multi-sow my seeds in this type of container, which is a restaurant to-go container. You'll notice that I added holes in the bottom of this tray, and the reason is I like to bottom water my seedlings. And this is an example of something I might use. And I just add water to the bottom of this tray here. Notice there's no holes here. And then I can put this type of tray that has my seedlings in it inside of that. So then what I would do is add about 1 inch of water in here. And then I would place this tray in here. And what would happen is that it will wick up the water from below, which is the right way to water your seedlings. You don't want to be spraying your seedlings from above because it's not healthy and good for the seedlings. And that's one way to cause damping off, which kills off little tender seedlings. We're going to go ahead and add some seed starting mix to this tray. And now I just want to level off the seed starting mix. And I'm lightly pushing down. You don't want to push down too hard, but you also want to push down enough because you don't want any air pockets or air gaps to be in here. And even though I am multi-sowing my seeds in a tray like this, you can definitely sow them in something like a 6-cell pack if you like. And the reason you don't want to press down too hard on your soil is because you want the roots of the plants to be able to grow inside of the seed starting mix or the potting mix. So it's a fine balance of pushing down to get rid of the air pockets, but not pushing down too hard because you want the roots to be able to establish themselves. Here are the seeds that I collected in the fall, and I labeled the packet with Dusty Miller and the year that I collected the seeds. And if you can believe it, I have 2 packets of these seeds. And there's seeds mixed in with a little bit of the chaff from the seed pod, and that's quite okay. So I just poured a small amount of seeds in my hand. And I'm being funny when I say small amount. I can't even guess how many seeds are there. There are quite a few. And I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle the seeds on the seed starting mix here. These seeds are pretty small, and if I wanted to, I could sow them in a 6-cell pack, but you really don't want to sow more than just 2 or 3 seeds per cell. I think it would be too many. It's my preference to sow in a container like this because it definitely takes up less room on my heat mat. It takes up less room under my grow lights. And once the seedlings emerge, I then start pricking them out and potting them up into 6-cell packs. That's a process I've been doing for years, and it's a process that I really enjoy. Now what we want to do is press down on the seeds. And that just ensures that the seeds have good contact with the soil. And if you look very carefully, you can see the light tan colored seeds on the seed starting mix. Even though the seed starting mix has been pre-moistened, I'm going to add a small amount of water to the top of this mix. Next, we want to go ahead and cover this with some sort of a clear humidity dome. I'm going to reuse some clear plastic wrap that I've used before when I sowed some other seeds in other trays, but you can use any other thing that you have handy as long as it's clear. And I just want to make sure that there's a nice tight seal with the plastic wrap on the container. I'm just going to cross out what I had planted before under this plastic wrap. We're going to go ahead and write down what we just planted, which was Dusty Miller, and today's date. I like to keep track of the plants that I'm sowing, and I put the dates and the plant name in a spreadsheet that I have. And that way next year I know if I should have started this type of plant, for example, earlier or later. It's just a good way to keep track of things. Now we're just going to place this on the heat mat. I have some lobelia that's already germinated. I planted these on the heat mat just a few days ago. And over here we have a lot of other plants that are off of the heat mat at this point, but I'm still bottom watering them. They just need to be pricked out. We have a lot of plants going on over here. Even though I've had a lot of success growing Dusty Miller from seed, this will be my first year growing the Dusty Miller from seed that I collected from my own garden. So it will be an experiment. Typically, I've had a lot of luck when I've collected my own seeds from different plants, be it annuals or perennials, and sowing those seeds. But you just never know. So I will call it an experiment for this year, fingers crossed. I'll definitely be doing a lot of seedling updates and seedling tours. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell just so that you see future updates on my Dusty Miller plants and any other plants that I'm starting from seed. I wonder, have you ever grown Dusty Miller from seed? And if so, how did it turn out? Do you like Dusty Miller and do you buy it every year? Please add a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.